Hi everyone, Jeannie Peters here, back in my kitchen, and want to show you a great summer fruit dessert. A great way that you can incorporate the wonderful fruits of the summer into a really refreshing and light dessert that can be used even as a breakfast or as a snack with a little bit of yogurt. So what I've got here are some summer peaches and nectarines, and a quick way that I go ahead and slice them up after I've washed them is just simply to create like an orange, and then I cut it around, and then that way real quickly I can just pull these pieces and just sprinkle them on top. And this is where you can really have some fun. Whatever the fruits are of the season, I use apples and cranberries frequently, or some pomegranates. I might use during the summertime raspberries and blueberries along with some peaches. During the fall, pears work really well, with maybe little bits of apples and cranberries. So let's go ahead and put that in. And then I literally just put enough cinnamon on here to just give it a great flavor. Cinnamon is a great way to bring out the sweetness that's in the fruits. And it's a great way for being able to modulate your blood sugar so that you don't get as much of an impact on the sweeteners, in your sugars. So now we're going to continue, and right over here I'm just taking a little bit of butter. I'm using some unsalted organic butter, and to that I'm adding just 1/3 cup of brown sugar. So I'm going to put that in here and just stir that in together. I don't use anything special. I could use agave if that was easier for you, agave syrup. If you're using it in small amounts like that, even with its higher fructose content, there's no need to worry. And I'm just doing this on low heat. And as that starts to melt, then I'm going to add in some oats to that. And I'm using 1.5 cups of oats. So what I want to do is actually combine the oats in such a way that they're all completely coated with the sugar and the butter. So let's let that just cook away a little bit longer. And then to that I'm going to add some crispy nuts. And we talked a little bit about crispy nuts before. These are almonds and walnuts that I've soaked, and then I slowly cook them in the oven for about 10 hours. And I'm going to sprinkle a couple of those in here as well. That's going to give it a little bit of texture and taste. Now, if your fruits are super, moist and there's got a lot of water content and you want to be able to absorb some of the moisture, you could sprinkle on top of this a little bit of like a gluten-free flour if you're gluten sensitive, or a couple of tablespoons of flour right on top of here, just like that, and stir that around, and that would actually help to absorb some of the moisture. But I find the oats do a great job of doing that, so you really don't need them. So I'm ready to go with giving this a little stir here, and then we're going to sprinkle this just right on top, and then I'm going to put it into a 350-degree oven and let it cook for about, let's see, what does it say? About 25 minutes. So this is a fast, when I say fast dessert to make. I make this all the time. People love it. And I serve it frequently just as it is, out of the oven, warm. But if you're the type that has to have a little bit of vanilla ice cream, or you'd like to put a little bit of plain vanilla yogurt, it could make a great breakfast actually, because everything in here is wonderful for your nutrition. So think about a crisp next time you're thinking about a nice dessert item. And let's put that in the oven and let that sit for about 25 minutes, and we'll come back a little bit later and take a look at a wonderful summer crisp. Enjoy!